weather alert. Tropical Storm Fri is ramping up and moving up the coast. Right now, New Jersey getting hit by the storm. New York City and Long Island preparing to get drenched this afternoon. Good afternoon, I'm Candace McCowan.
And I'm Ken Rosato. Shirlene and David are off, and we are already seeing the impact of Tropical Storm Fri. Take a look at the drenching rains and strong winds this morning in Ocean City, New Jersey.
This storm expected to cause flooding around our area today. The heavy rains already caused streets to flood and cars to get stuck in Avalon and Stone Harbor, New Jersey.
And we have a look at Asbury Park. Look at how dark that is. The rain has started as well. The rain and wind now picking up.
And it is starting to rain in New York City. Wind gusts could reach 50 miles per hour later today. Meteorologist Jeff Smith is in for Sam Champion, and he's been tracking the storm all morning. Jeff, what is the latest?
Yeah, our most immediate concern right now over Ocean County, New Jersey, a flash flood warning until 2:30 in the afternoon. Already received about 1 to 2 inches of rain in that area, and there's more where that came from. It's a tropical storm warning for the rest of our coastline right through tonight. Also a flash flood watch for the entire area through midnight. Check out the rain bands moving in right now. Just steady to light rain in and around New York City, but much heavier. You just head down into Monmouth County and especially into northern parts of Ocean County. Really getting hammered with some heavy rainfall right now, probably coming down to the tune of a ½ inch to 1 inch per hour in a place like Tom's River, even a little bit of cloud around lightning being detected in that area. Rainfall estimates by radar of up and over 1.5 inches of rain. So there could definitely be some flooding there, at least some ponding of water. Again, that flash flood warning for Ocean County until 2:30 this afternoon. Here's Fri, according to the National Hurricane Center, 60-mile-per-hour sustained wind. It's right around the center, right over the open waters of the ocean there, about 40 miles south-southeast of Cape May, moving off to the north-northeast. It probably makes landfall on the Jersey shore late this afternoon, early this evening, moves right over the New York City area as we head into the evening hours of tonight. Here's what to expect. Downpours kind of developing from south to north during the course of the afternoon from Tropical Storm Fri lasting into the evening. We're looking at 1 to 3 inches of rain, likely with localized amounts up to 4 inches, and that can certainly cause some problems, and that will be happening right during the evening commute. 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts are also a possibility into this evening from New York City and points east and south, including Long Island. And speaking of Long Island, that's a spot where you could see an isolated tornado. That's the type of setup we have. You're east of that storm track. To the right of the storm track, you can see some little spin-ups with any rain bands that move on in. The temperature 74 in New York City. The wind coming in east-northeast at 10 miles per hour in Central Park. But we already have some winds gusting up and above 30 miles per hour down the Jersey shore at Belmar and Tom's River, closer to 36 miles per hour at Atlantic City. And it's a wind coming in from the east-northeast. Thankfully, it's not going to be too long of a period of onshore winds, and also the moon is in a phase that wouldn't be very favorable for high astronomical tides. Otherwise, we would be talking about more coastal flooding, but right now that looks like just a minor splashover type of situation during the high tide early this evening. Of much bigger concern is actually the rainfall. We've already had 1.71 inches of rain at Tom's River, just 0.06 in Central Park, but all the way up to 0.63 at Belmar. Still have that flash flood warning for Ocean County, New Jersey, right through 2:30 this afternoon. Check out the radars right now. No wonder why we have a flash flood warning there. Look at the heavy rain over northern Ocean County, moving over parts of Monmouth County as well, parts of Middlesex. And this is just about to move into sections of Staten Island, the south shore of Long Island, starting to get into some heavier rain right now in the city. Much of the city, not too bad, but that'll change in a hurry during the next hour or two. And you can actually see the very well-defined center of Fri getting mighty close to Cape May. So this will kind of ride up the Jersey shore during the next several hours and approach New York City, the actual center of the storm, early this evening. Here's our futurecast. By 3 o'clock, some heavy rain. New York City, northern New Jersey, even extending into parts of the Poconos and the Catskills and parts of the Hudson Valley. And if you fall under one of these areas where the rain's kind of training, moving over the same location over and over again, that's what I'm concerned about for that flash flooding possibility. And that might coincide with the evening commute right in the city. Could be a lot of ponding of water in your usual flood-prone spots out there like the FDR. You can see by 10 o'clock tonight, rainfall intensity starts waning a little bit, and then it really tapers off later tonight. Tomorrow you get off to a quiet start. Watch a cold front move in the afternoon, though. And along that front, there could be some strong to severe thunderstorms moving in, especially west of New York City. Before that happens, 2 to 3 inches or perhaps even a little bit more of rainfall in New York City and points west. A little bit less on eastern Long Island, but the wind will be higher there, perhaps gusting over 50 miles per hour.
As we said, the Jersey Shore is getting hit pretty hard by Tropical Storm Fri already. We have the strong winds here coming with the storm in Brigantine. New Jersey reporter Anthony Johnson is live in Seabright with the conditions there right now. Anthony, good afternoon.
Hey, Ken, it's certainly different than it was just the other day. I saw you over in Asbury Park where it was beautiful and calm and sunny. Look at the conditions out here now. The breeze, the wind has certainly picked up in the last half hour. The rain is really coming in. It's coming in sideways at this point in time. Let me just show you what the ocean is looking like this afternoon. It is certainly ripping, rocking, and rolling out there. But believe it or not, we did see some surfers enjoying these big waves out there. They just got out of the water just a few minutes ago. Let's just show you some of the video that we've taken as we've been down here in Seabright, watching as the rain has just been rolling in. And like we said, in the last few minutes or so, the wind, the gusts of wind have really started to pick up. Not a whole lot of people out, of course, on a day like today with the weather conditions out here being so miserable. But earlier today, we did hear from the President of the United States about Faye hitting this part of the country. And also, we talked to the sheriff a little while ago and talked about his concerns.
If you see any type of, pooling or ponding, don't drive through it, right? When in doubt, turn around. Don't drown is our motto, and, avoid that area of flooding if you can. More so, we're really telling our residents, particularly our visitors at the Jersey Shore, because it is tourist season, they bring in anything, the umbrellas, the coolers, anything that might be outside as the high winds pick up.
Tropical Storm Faye is probably going to be hitting a place called New Jersey, a good place, pretty soon. So we are on the watch. We're fully prepared. FEMA's ready in case it's bad. Shouldn't be too bad, but you never know. You never know.
And the storm is already hitting the coast here in New Jersey, as we've already been talking about. Once again, you are looking out at the Atlantic Ocean from Seabright. We talked to local officials that told us they are ready to go in case there is an emergency. The one thing they are concerned about, though, the back bays. Those back bays, they say they flood a little bit quicker, and the roads on those sides, they flood also. So there are concerns about that. And Sheriff Golden, he was saying one thing he's concerned about is tomorrow, because the weather probably will be a whole lot nicer, but there are concern about rip currents and a lot of people being out here on the beach. So he's talking about anybody that tries to enter the water needs to be extremely careful tomorrow. The surface may look good, but underneath, those rip currents may be very, very strong. That is the latest live from Seabright, New Jersey. Anthony Johnson, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Anthony, thank you so much. As this tropical storm starts to move into the city, the Department of Environmental Protection is hoping to prevent floods.
Knowing that a tropical storm was coming and that we may be getting significant rainfall, we've had DEP crews out, a couple of dozen trucks like this out in the streets since yesterday morning, doing a lot of cleaning of these catch basins, and we'll continue that through today.
The agency says crews are pre-inspecting and cleaning catch basins at more than 300 flood-prone locations across the 5 boroughs. If you see any flooding, you are urged to call 311.
And preps are underway on Long Island for soaking rain this afternoon. NJ Burkett is live in Huntington. NJ.
Yeah, right, Ken. A light breeze, a soft drizzle, almost a mist. The rain is getting a little steadier here on the North Shore of Long Island. This is Huntington Harbor, where boat owners have come out, tied their boats down a little tighter, running a few extra lines ahead of the storm. But yes, with the heavy rains that will sweep in later, Long Islanders can expect flash flooding here and there. But a greater concern, Ken, is for power outages. Now, the winds are going to pick up dramatically over the next several hours, as Jeff said. And with the leaves on the trees, branches are going to come down, trees are going to come down in some places, and of course there will be power outages. How many? Impossible to say at this hour. The North Shore is likely to be impacted, Ken, more so than the South Shore, simply because there are more trees here. So utility executives with PSEG Long Island will be watching the power grid carefully. I spoke with a man in charge of the grid via Zoom just a few minutes ago.
So we're taking it very seriously. We've fully mobilized our storm operation. No indications that it'll be one of the worst storms that we've seen, but indications that we'll have some outages, and we'll be working, tonight and over the night tonight. And it, depending on how bad it is, we'll just continue to plug along and make sure everybody gets the good service they deserve.
Now, the advice, it's always a good idea to be prepared to lose power, even if it seems unlikely that you will. Of course, have some flashlights lying around. And another thing people forget to do is to charge the cell phone. Make sure your cell phone has a full charge. We're live at Huntington Harbor. NJ Burke at Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
NJ, thank you.